Totri, it's clear. ASU Utah this weekend. This one's different.
Yeah, you want to tell me why?
That's what the show is for.
Happy Tuesday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. Of course, presented by Branded Bills. Make sure you head to brandedbills.com and use that code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by Senor Spin Zone, also known as the Blind Mouse from time to time, also known by the federal government as Erik Ruby. We've got the Deli Man behind the Mac making all of the magic happen. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. A ton of folks already in the chat. CB, Lee Corso, Steven, Sharon, Emily, Drew. Rubus, we're going to have a good day today.
I feel it.
You feel it?
And, I understand everybody saying in the chat, like, this week feels so slow. You're coming off the bye week. We are starved.
Kind of like you're just like, okay, now.
Let's play football.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
We got to wait till 7:15.
That's
possibly
gross.
later.
Isn't that
on
so
Saturday.
stupid?
It's tough. It's tough for sure. But you know what? I feel like it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, it's only Tuesday, so I don't want to get too deep into like predictions and all that stuff. Of course, we'll save that for Friday's show. But Erik, I think we're both kind of on the same page here that this matchup between ASU and Utah feels different for Arizona State. It feels like Utah is the type of team that the Sun Devils haven't really seen in 2025, which is kind of unique to get to this point in the season and be saying that about a fellow Big 12 team.
Why do you think they haven't played a team like Utah?
I feel like for me, when I look at the style of play that Utah plays with versus some of the teams that Arizona State has played thus far in 2025, there have been a lot of teams that hang their hat, obviously, on the quarterback play, that hang their hat on dynamic weapons on the perimeter, right? You look at TCU just a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I know Eric McAllister didn't play the entirety of that game. You got Jordan Dwyer. You know what Josh Hoover does. You look at Baylor, right? You've got a guy that is one of, if not the most talented quarterback in college football at that point in time.
Especially
right?
in passing the ball.
With a phenomenal tight end in Trigg, right? We're talking about a bunch of teams that love to throw the football. You even go back to what Mississippi State did. Yes, they like to run the football, but Blake Shapen is the guy for that team, right, at Mississippi State. So now you look at this matchup against Utah. What is different about this one for me? Well, it's the fact that Utah, they don't necessarily beat teams because of the talent that they have in skill guys, right? Because they've got really good wide receivers, really good tight ends, or a quarterback that just airs it out any chance he gets. This is the type of team that, in all honesty, if you're not a Utah fan, it's kind of boring to watch. Right? Because they're the type of team that's going to methodically keep drives alive. Just they're running the football early in drives, first, second down. They hit a 3rd and 4. Then they can do whatever they want. Do they want to throw the football? Do they want to run the football? They run it again. We're probably looking at 4th and short. They feel like with that offensive line where there is 2 bookend tackles that are first round, maybe second round guys, like they can impose their will and they can get a yard. So this is the type of team, unlike what Arizona State has seen, where they're trying to take shots after shots after shots. Shout out Lil John. But like this is the type of team that will wear you down throughout an entire game. They like to keep these games close, at least when they're against good opponents, right? You look at the Texas Tech game, I was close the entire way, except the 4th quarter. And if it's close, they like their chances.
Yeah, Utah has always been a team under Kyle Whittingham, but especially this year, that plays games on their own terms.
Yeah.
In fact, that's kind of what Kenny likes to do as well, especially with the emphasis on running the ball. There are reasons why Kenny has praised Kyle Whittingham and how he's built a program and the type of program he runs over in Utah. If we're talking about, specifically the talent on the offense this year and why it's different than any team that Arizona State has faced, you got to look at Devon Dampier first. Not the most talented passer that Arizona State will have faced this season because of a lot of those names that you had already named. He's still capable, but certainly not on the same level.
Yeah.
But the best as far as the ground attack goes from the quarterback position, the one most liable to scramble and pick up a first down, to turn out some big yardage chunks with his legs. Like, these are all things that Devon Dampier has done and can do.
Yeah.
Right? And so you can look at their extremely talented tight end or their really good offensive line. You have a dynamic playmaker at quarterback in the rain, which we look at ASU and say, hey, an advantage for ASU's offense is Sam Leavitt can run the ball.
Yeah.
And in an environment like it's going to be on Saturday night with the weather like it's going to be, okay, well, having a quarterback that can just scramble and run the ball is a really big benefit. Utah has that as well. Those are probably the two best running quarterbacks in the conference.
Yeah.
Right? So we've seen the secondary step up. We've seen the secondary relatively shut down a Sawyer, right? Or relatively shut down a Hoover. Now it's their time for the defensive line to focus on how are we going to take down a mobile quarterback, because Sawyer doesn't run. Hoover doesn't run. And a big part of why they were able to shut down that offense is because they got to the quarterback and they took them down.
Yeah.
So on the road against a good offensive line, more so than ever, you need to get to the quarterback, and this quarterback is the hardest one to get to.
Yeah, 1,000%. And you have Sherpas in the chat saying we're going to control the time of possession like we always do and keep Dampier on the sideline. I think that's obviously what you want to do, right? And that's what Kenny Dillingham has done throughout his tenure at Arizona State. Is they are a time of possession team, right? They want to control the clock. They want to own it. But Utah does it just as good. If you're looking at time of possession in this conference, ASU is 1, BYU is 2, and Utah is 3. We talked yesterday. Nobody is better converting third downs than Utah because they set themselves up, right? So normally Arizona State is a team to control the time of possession, control the pace, the flow of the game, because they're able to keep drives alive, which they've gotten better at doing over the last several weeks. But Utah, that's what they've been doing, right? They also are really, really good at keeping drives alive, converting on third downs. And what that does to your opponent, keeping them on the sideline, forces them to get out of rhythm, right? And we know how important rhythm is to this Arizona State offense, something that it was a little shaky early on. I don't know about you, Erik. I feel like the last few weeks, especially now with the bye week too, you should see improved rhythm on this offense with Sam and those weapons. It feels like we saw it from Baylor to TCU. Now you hope to see that, obviously, again against Utah. But overall, I think for me, again, kind of going back to why this is a different kind of game and a different kind of opponent, it's because Arizona State is playing, in theory, a version of themselves, right? We know Kenny Dillingham has a ton of respect for what Kyle Whittingham has built at Utah as a program, right? A team that hangs its hat on toughness. They're big in the trenches, and they impose their will on you, right? We've seen Arizona State do it specifically in 2024 a whole hell of a lot. So this is going to be an interesting test because it's Arizona State kind of versus itself in a way.
Sure. And Wes Beasy in the chat says, we tend to struggle against big play teams. This ain't that. I never go in overconfident, but I see us putting it together this week and beating Utah by 2 to 3 scores. I think that if you can play, I know we talk about playing on your terms as a team, right? And it feels like ASU made Baylor and TCU kind of play on their terms, grind it out, lower scoring games that, are close. This is a game where it's like both teams are going to try to get the other team to play on their terms, and they're kind of going for the same goal. Yeah. Right? If you can keep Devon Dampier on the sideline, and you can control the clock, and you can control the tempo and the pace and methodically chip away and go up by 1 or 2 scores, maybe early or even like later, maybe like a Texas Tech did against Utah, that's great in theory. And I think Arizona State can do that, right? You have to give Utah the credit, though, that sometimes you don't just get to decide that a game is played on your own pace and your own terms. Yeah. Utah is certainly a good enough team to where, let's say they end up getting the ball first, they could string together a drive that eats up a majority of the first quarter ends in 7, and now Arizona State's kind of playing from behind, and maybe they're like, okay, we can run the ball this possession, but if we don't score there, now we got to throw. Now we're kind of off of
the pressure
pace,
from drive
tempo.
to drive, right?
And so I think if ASU can avoid that, and I know we say starting fast is so important in every game, but maybe in this one specifically, because this is a team that's fine grinding it out, with you and bringing it to a slow, halted pace, unlike some of these other teams that would get a little bit off their rhythm. If you can get out early and then not worry about having to change what you have to do and maybe throw the ball in a very rainy environment, that's great. And I think that sets ASU really well up for success. The reality is football doesn't always go that way.
Yeah.
And especially on the road against Utah. How many times does somebody walk into that stadium against that team, that coach, that program, and say, we're going to play on our terms today? How often?
Honestly, do you want my honest answer?
Sure.
More recent than you think.
Well, I think last year Utah was, but I think this Utah team is much better than last year.
Since joining the Big 12, Utah has not won a Big 12 game at home since they joined the Big 12.
That's true.
They're 0-5.
Maybe I just have Pac-12 PTSD.
They are 0-5 in Big 12 games at home. Now, they beat Baylor last year, week 2. That didn't count as a conference game. It was obviously against a Big 12 opponent. Mm-hmm. That was a previous home and home that was scheduled. So take that for what you will. I think that's a very, very interesting statistic.
I think it is fascinating because part of it is respect of like who Utah has been.
Yeah.
And I mean, last year when ASU beat Utah, that was like the signature win of the season, right? Utah was ranked. It was a massive way. Utah went on to be one of the worst teams in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Right? This season's been better. Obviously, they lose to Tech at home. That's a tough one, but everybody's been losing to Tech. So
home, away, neutral, doesn't matter.
Neutral site. The only people that are losing to Tech is their design team. We'll get to that later. But I think maybe there's just like this kind of respect and maybe a little PTSD when it comes to Utah. And I certainly think there's a way that like Arizona State walks in there and is just the better football team. And that's all that really matters.
I think and again, I don't want to get too far into predictions. Like I think we are, and this isn't just us, this is a lot of folks. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the chat. I feel like this is still a little bit of us thinking about Utah as a Pac-12 team.
I think so.
Of like, okay, they dominated that conference. They've got this style of play. They're tough to play at home. Kyle Whittingham's a dude, whatever. They finally have themselves a dynamic dual threat quarterback. I think they're good. Do I think they're a contender in this conference? No. Do I think that they are going to beat Arizona State by 5.5 points or whatever the spread is? No.
Yeah.
I think Arizona State is the better team. And I think this has to be the week that you figure it out offensively in terms of rhythm, in terms of big plays, in terms of keeping drives alive, and then most specifically, or most importantly, being able to score in the red zone.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be able to score in the red zone against this team. I know that Utah hasn't been otherworldly at home as of late. You're not going to beat this team in prime time the way that they play with field goals. It's just not going to happen.
No, and I know maybe Pac-12 PTSD, and I think a lot of people are saying, like, yeah, Utah is not who Utah was. They're still a good team, right? Maybe they're not the great team that they were in the Pac-12. They're certainly a lot better than they were last year. And you can't...
Not hard, by the way.
No, but you can't not capitalize. I feel like you didn't against the TCU at home, right? Part of it is because you're on the road. Part of it's because of the night game. But also, like, listen, man, I get they haven't won a Big 12 conference game. How long do you think that's going to keep up? Do you really think it's because Utah's not a good home environment? Or is it because they sucked last year and then they played what? They played one home game? They played one home game in the Big 12 this year and against the current number 9 team in the country?
Yeah.
Right?
And then if you want to, again, just being fair to what Utah did last year, right? They beat Baylor at home, didn't count as a home conference game because it was a previously scheduled game when Utah was in the Pac-12. Their home games last year that they lost. They lost to Arizona 23-10.
That was a crazy game.
I don't even remember it, to be completely honest with you.
Nuts game.
They lost to TCU 13-7 in a snooze fest. They lost to BYU 22-21. And they lost to Iowa State 31-28. Like, they played some good teams, but they also played some teams that they probably, in theory, should have beat.
They weren't good last year.
Yeah.
They were not a good team. They were one of the worst teams in the Big 12 last year. That is an indisputable fact.
Yeah.
This year is different. I mean, they were ranked. I think a lot of people could argue that they should at least still be close to being ranked right now, considering their only loss of the season was against a top 10 team in the country, right? And it was a close game until the fourth quarter, and it wasn't. I don't want to sit here and be like, well, they haven't won at home in the Big 12.
Which is a fact.
It's a fact, but like when you break it down, okay, last year they sucked. You're not playing the team that they played last year. This year they've had one chance. They played a top 10 team in the country.
They were ranked at the time. Like
they were against Tech?
Yes.
Yeah, this year, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
they were actually ranked higher than Tech.
So
they were
like,
16, Tech was 17.
I'm not going to say that is I get it. They played a difficult team. But if you're a good team,
it's not a great loss.
If you're a competitor, it is a good loss. Like if you're a competitor in this conference though, like you should be able to go toe-to-toe with anybody, right? Because we've seen that. We've seen really good teams give teams last year a run for their money, right? We've seen teams this year, teams that you didn't think about, like Cincinnati, giving Iowa State a run for their money, beating them, right? They did it to Kansas the week before. We thought Kansas was a really solid team as well. Like, if you are going to be a legit contender in this conference, if you're home, you got to have statement games, you got to have statement wins, and you got to keep it close all the way through. Utah, to this point, they do what good teams do. They beat bad teams.
Sure.
This is their next best opportunity after the Texas Tech game to show that they are a legit contender in this conference. And I think, at least I'm leaning more so as of late that they are less of a contender than maybe the majority think.
Yeah, and Short Bus M pointing out in chat, they've also lost some defensive players as well, kind of similar to Iowa State, which is going to be especially tough for them, especially that secondary, which has not been a stalwart secondary so far this year either. I mean, I know it's going to be raining, but Jordan Tyson and Sam Leavitt are still going to
you still don't want to see
something.
Jordan Tyson.
They're still going to do something. I get what you're saying. I think,
but you disagree with it.
No, I don't necessarily disagree with it. I think there's a middle ground here. I think there's a gray area.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, you need the statement wins at home. Well, guess what? Utah is a good enough team to know what's in front of them this weekend. They've had a bye week. They know that they got their asses kicked the last time they played a ranked team at home. The only time they've played a home Big 12 team this year. They need to prove to themselves and to the Big 12 that they are here to play. Arizona State's their opportunity to do that. We mentioned it going into the season. Arizona State's going to be a lot of team Super Bowls. I'm not saying this is Utah Super Bowl, but
they already lost their Super Bowl.
Well, it sure as hell. It sure as hell is an extremely important game. They play BYU next week, I think.
This is like Utah's last hope in my mind of like actually keeping up in the Big 12 championship.
If they have two Big 12 losses and they're to two of the top contenders of the Big 12 championship, and then they play BYU,
you don't really stand a chance.
Like you are going to be basically begging for a miracle.
You have to win out.
You have to win out and get a lot of help, right? Well, it helps, Tech and ASU play each other, right? But Utah, it feels like this weekend for both teams, like both sides know that this is extremely important. ASU still trying to avoid a conference loss, right? For the first time since losing to Tech at the beginning of conference play last year. The defending Big 12 champions who fell out of the top 25 after being nearly a top 10 team in the country finally clawed their way back in. They're number 21 in the nation. They're still earning their respect back. There's a lot of problems in the red zone and, some people are, offensive line, special teams, whatever. You're on the road. You have to win this game if you're both teams. Yeah. This is absolutely a must-win game for both teams. That's why it's dangerous. That's why it's nothing like ASU has played before. Because Baylor ASU was not a must-win game for either team. I mean, for Baylor, it didn't feel like, if you lose, your season's over. For TCU.
For ASU, though, I feel like it's always kind of like because of
the Mississippi State loss, every game's felt like a must-win. I think this is the first time that you're going to be playing a truly desperate team across from you. Like
in
a
Utah.
Truly desperate team. And a desperate Kyle Whittingham does, I don't want to say scare me, but it puts my antennas up. Like
Do you have antennas?
What do you think's under the hat the whole time? I'm not showing people. That's Die Hard only. But I really do think that this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. I think ASU's the better team, and I think that's going to really break it down when it comes down to like, hey, what was Tech and Utah's difference? Well, at the end of the game, Tech just poured it on because they were a more talented offensive team.
Will Hammond,
bro.
Yeah.
William is good.
Certified dog. Look, we're going to continue talking about the ASU Utah matchup. We're going to actually hear from Utah coach Kyle Whittingham.
He's calling in on the show.
On Sam Leavitt, ASU, Kenny Dillingham. And then we're going to talk about one team in the conference potentially cursing themselves. We'll get
great news for ASU.
To all of that and more on the other side of this quick break. I don't know if you guys have had the luxury of going to Chicken and Pickle yet, like Rubus and I have. But Ruby, can we agree? The vibes.
Oh my gosh.
The food.
Oh my gosh.
The environment.
Wait, I don't know what I'm agreeing with. Great, right? That's
it's
what
just,
you're saying?
it's all great.
It's incredible.
It's absolutely next level, especially if you're going to like pregame or potentially tailgate like a Cardinals home game. Like Chicken and Pickle is the perfect spot to go. Literally, take the family, take some friends, take a date, go play some pickleball, or maybe you're not into pickleball. Maybe you haven't like actually played it before and you just want to hang out at the bar and drink, or you want to hang out by the little fire. Like they've got like little fire pits there.
Eat some chicken and waffles.
Eat the chicken and waffles. Like it is next level food, next level vibes over at Chicken and Pickle. It's family friendly fun awaits. Visit chickenandpickle.com to plan your visit today.
Well, if you're going to pregame or tailgate a Cardinals game, you might as well go to the Cardinals game. I guess tickets are a little bit cheaper, and they're always cheaper on Game Time because we love our friends over at Game Time. But it's not just NFL games. It's college football games, college basketball, college hockey, NBA, WNBA, NHL. I guess
all of it.
Yeah, all of it.
All
like
the things.
Literally anything that you want. Theater, plays,
comedy
shows, music shows. It's all on Game Time. The reason why I love Game Time is, yes, we could talk about the procrastinating stuff, and you get cheaper tickets the closer that you wait to the start, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's also the lowest price guarantee. I've tried to find lower prices. I have tried because I am cheap and I cannot do it. Plus, it's all-inclusive pricing as well. Your fees are included. You got zone deals, you got seat views, and the lowest price guarantee. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, but again, create an account, redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
Ruben, we got some news.
We do.
We got some.
Wow.
We got some stuff.
I mean, this is exciting.
Announce. This is really, really exciting. October 17th at 5:30. So this is next Friday, the day before Arizona State plays Texas Tech. We're doing a special live show over at Rally House. Going to be near campus at the Tempe Marketplace location the night before, obviously, ASU's biggest home game so far this season. Rubus, you, me, the deli man, we're going to go have some fun.
I'm so excited. That's the first time I ever walked into a Rally House was the Tempe Marketplace location.
Full circle moment.
Let me tell you. It is kind of. I literally went to their manager and I was like, "Hey, I work for a local sports media company. Here's my card." Awesome stuff, dude.
Great stuff.
The collection
I'm
of
pumped. I'm
Arizona
really pumped
State
to
merch
see
there
it.
is awesome. If this holds true to what we've been doing at Rally House before, we'll have some giveaways as well, which will be really cool. Some meet and greet. You can high five us. Ooh. No, it's going to be a really, really fun time. I think the best part about this job specifically is the community building aspect
100%.
of it. And I think there is no better community than this ASU community in here. You can tell by the members. You could tell by the people showing up and showing out every single day, even through the hard times.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome to see some of you in person.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
Next Friday, 5:30 is when the show's going to start.
Correct.
I believe. We will be there a little bit earlier, and we'll be hanging out afterwards as well. Rally House at Tempe Marketplace, so right off of the 101 in McClintock. Super easy to get to, even if you're not in Tempe. Plenty of parking, plenty of fun times, giveaways, all of that. Please come say hi.
Yeah, roll through.
It's
Short
gonna be
bus. I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Roll through. Come on, man.
Wow.
Come on, man.
What?
Come on, man.
What?
Come on, dude.
Hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Rubus, I think, and this we could talk about this before we get to Whittingham and what he had to say about ASU. The more I'm thinking about this game, the more I'm thinking about ASU's offense versus that Utah defense, right? Specifically a matchup that feels pretty obviously like everyone's going to be looking at it simply because any issues with ASU so far this season have come realistically on the offensive side of the ball, minus what happened against Mississippi State, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like the importance of having a returning quarterback is, specifically in this game, in this type of environment? You're the ranked team going on the road here against a team also coming off a bye with a really good coach or a solid defense versus a team in Utah that on the flip end, they got a new guy at quarterback in Devon Dampier.
I mean, I think it's great for ASU. Does it discount Utah? I don't think so. I mean, Sam Leavitt is the better quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Not just is he the returning quarterback, he's the better quarterback. Who had the returning quarterback last year? Who had more team continuity last year?
In fairness, Cam Rising didn't play the entirety of that game.
And Cam
he
Rising
played like a drive.
Cam Rising also sucks.
Yeah.
No,
well,
he played more than a drive.
Like presently?
Well, sure.
He presently
still,
sucks.
if he was playing quarterback, he would still suck. He played more than a drive.
I don't think he did.
Yeah,
I think he played a drive.
He literally handed ASU the game.
Let's see.
He literally handed them the game.
Did he play the entire game?
I'm pretty sure he played.
He definitely got hurt early on in that game.
I think his hand was messed up the whole season, right?
Let's see.
Which is really hard because now he can't sign his insurance company checks.
Wow.
37 passes.
Yeah, he played the entire game. That was his last game
Yeah.
in college.
Because he was trying to
was
run
a year ago
against
Saturday.
Utah. He was trying to run. Like, he was trying to run at the end of the game, and, like, he literally just couldn't move.
He couldn't
Like, he was
run.
so bad.
Yeah,
He was so bad. That being said, like, I hear the continuity argument, and, like, yes, you want continuity. You have the better quarterback. You have the two best players in this game. You have Sam Leavitt. You have Jordan Tyson, right? Utah, I guess Fano, I think is his
Spencer
last
Fano,
name. Yeah, he's really good. I mean, he might be the best player in the
He's
game.
probably 2 in this matchup.
He's a top 3 player. I think he has an argument for anywhere in the top 3. Okay? But top-end talent, especially top-end offensive talent, you clear. Returning talent, you clear, right? Especially returning off of a Big 12 championship season. Like Shortbus said, is that impossible that we lose? No. But I think that there are some things that's like, it's a good program. And maybe they're not a great program anymore, but they're good. Plus, I think the quarterback stuff, when it's raining, I think that levels it out a little bit. Just a little bit.
And Sam was talking about that today because he was obviously, it's already kind of gone viral. Dilly was
spraying the water.
Yeah, squirting the water bottle. He was doing that with the centers. He was doing it with the wide receivers, doing it with the quarterbacks. Now, Sam says, obviously, as somebody who grew up in Oregon, he's got experience playing in, wet weather type of games. So he's got, I guess, some things that he adjusts while he's throwing the football. He didn't want to reveal his trade secrets on what he does to be able to throw a wet ball. But I'm really, really interested to see the balance of this ASU offense this week specifically, because it does feel like early on in the year, it was all about, Sam's got a little bit more flexibility to do what he wants to do at the line of scrimmage with the offense, audibling, killing plays, et cetera, et cetera. And then maybe against Baylor and TCU, they tightened up a little bit more so with the coaches. Hey, this is what we're going to be doing. Is this the type of game that maybe Sam gets that back to the extent that he had it because of the conditions of this game on the field, what you're going to see? And again, that's not necessarily a question looking for an answer. It's more so like I'm just interested to see what this offense looks like this week, because it does feel like, from my perspective, this offense will look different. There's going to be new wrinkles, potentially new personnel, things that Utah is probably not expecting, things that the fan base probably isn't expecting, to maybe solve some of the issues that we've seen early on.
Cam Skadboo's back?
He's not back, unfortunately. I know the Philadelphia Eagles wish he was, but he's not. Just to maybe curb some of the issues that we've seen from this ASU
I hope
offense.
so. I mean, there are clear issues that you cannot have just sustained for the season in the red zone. I will say this. It is unfortunate that this is the game with these weather conditions, because if there is one distinct advantage that Arizona State has in this game, it's Jordan Tyson versus Utah secondary. Yeah. Like, that is the most lopsided matchup of this game. So maybe maybe the weather clears up a little bit later in the game.
Doesn't look like it's supposed to. It's also supposed to.
Just let me live.
It's like, total side note, it's supposed to rain here from, I believe, Thursday through Tuesday.
What?
It's supposed to rain every single day from Thursday to Tuesday.
That's kind
like
of
above 40%.
I'm gonna start getting some fits off though. I mean, I love the rain.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for hoodie season.
I've been waiting. Especially in this office is so cold.
It is very cold.
Break out some of the pants
literally
and stuff.
very, very.
I don't think I've worn shorts in this office in like weeks. Anyway,
I haven't worn them since Wes Beasy told me not to. So
they're pretty short shorts.
Listen, man.
Let's just be honest here.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that this is that game, because if you were going to spam the Jordan Tyson play, it would be against this specific defense.
I'm not totally sold that they won't.
No, I think they will. But I'm just saying, like, adding that extra element in, even if it doesn't necessarily dissuade them from doing it some, you're probably not going to be throwing the ball 35, 40 times in a rainy environment, right? You're going to be, especially because you have good running backs, right? If you had nobody else, if Sam couldn't run, if Raleigh couldn't run, if Kanye and Kyson couldn't run, then yeah, you wouldn't do that. But I do feel like that is one of those things where this is being played on a non-rainy environment, then that would be like, okay, huge matchup alert. Jordan Tyson might go for 200 against them.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Again, how many did he have last year?
Against Utah. It was a big Cam Scatteraboo game, which I guess all of them were Cam Scatteraboo games.
They were all big Cam Scatteraboo.
I don't think Jordan had like the most ridiculous numbers. I mean, every game he had pretty much was a really solid game. I don't think he had like anything close to what he's done so far here this year.
Only 84 yards.
That's it.
5 receptions and a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great day in fantasy football. Like he had a great day.
Scat 158 yards, 22 carries, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Scam Cataboo.
Scam Cataboo.
That is Scat's evil twin brother.
Scam Cataboo is like the Key and Peele sketch name.
I'd love to see Scat in one of those sketches. That would be incredible. But look, rain or shine, ASU has been good at one thing, and that is winning close games.
Yes.
Has not mattered the opponent, has not mattered the weather. The Sun Devils have been really, really efficient at winning tight ball games, really since Dilly got here. Kyle Whittingham was asked on Monday about what he attributes ASU's success in when it comes to winning those close games, and he gave a pretty interesting answer.
Just making plays when they need to be made. And they've been in some tight games this year, although they lost the Mississippi State game. That was a one-score game. But they have done a good job of pulling those games out and being on the winning end of those. And just all I can say is that when the time comes at the end of the game and things get tough, they make plays.
I think it's so funny when you break it down so simply, but that really just
making plays, man.
It just is. But like, there are teams, there are players, that when their back is against the wall, when the going gets tough, or whatever cliche you want to say,
let's hear it.
they step up and they deliver.
Yeah.
Right? Clutch players get clutch reputations. Clutch teams get clutch reputations. Sometimes it's as simple as either you make the play or you don't make the play.
Yeah.
And more often than not, Arizona State's not making a play. They're probably making multiple plays. Again, that TCU game had like 4 of like the craziest plays you've ever seen. Most of them on defense that iced it.
Yeah.
And they were that same way last year. Sometimes it's just your identity. Sometimes it's just in your DNA. And that is the Arizona State identity, is we're going to find a way to win this damn game, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Like, you go back and you look at all of the tight games that ASU has played, minus Mississippi State, right? Because that's the
literal
sole game.
like walk-off touchdown.
That in the Texas game are the sole one-possession games that ASU has lost over like the last 2 seasons, pretty much. And you talk about what Whittingham says, hey, like, players have made plays. And you can literally go through every single one of those one-score games. You can be like, wow, this player made that play. You go back to TCU just a couple weeks ago, right? Prince Dorba and then Martell Hughes putting the game away. The week before, Sam drives the length of the field. Jesus Gomez, walk-off game-winning field goal. You go back even to last season, right? In 2024. The BYU game, Javen Robinson seals it. You go to the UCF game, Sam Leavitt threw 3 touchdowns and Jordan Tyson went crazy in that game. You go back to the Utah game last year, the one-possession game. You had
Kansas State came back.
You had Scat and you had, the linebacker.
Oh, Caleb McCullough. Yeah, because Keyshawn got booted because of targeting. Yeah.
You go to the Kansas game. That was also a Tyson game. Like, all of these one-score games.
UCF, they were down 17 to 3.
And Scat didn't even play in that game.
Yeah,
right?
And they came back and they won.
Like, this is what this team has done so well through the Dillingham era, is when they need it, when the lights are the brightest, the clock's ticking down, you need somebody to step up. Their best players have stepped up, offense, defense, special teams, and it is such a valuable asset to your team when your guys have that clutch gene. And it feels like this roster is just littered with players that have that ability, that it's not nerves. When they need somebody to make a play and have a moment, they just do. And that's what's led to them having so much success over the last 2 seasons with Kenny Dillingham at the helm. Now, Kyle Whittingham did speak about Kenny Dillingham. He spoke about Sam Leavitt as well. We're going to let you guys listen to those clips on the other side of this second break.
I love Gila River Resorts and Casinos because literally nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better.
Nobody. It's not even a competition. They've set the bar so high, yet they continue to clear it. Whether it's Lone Butte, Vicuiva, Santan Mountain, or of course my personal favorite, Wild Horse Pass. You can go all in with their 4,500 slots and live table games, or catch all the action at any of their sports books. And after you go to the sports books, you can get a nice meal, from upscale to approachable, from casual to classy. That's actually our nicknames, casual and classy.
Which one are you?
I mean, you're wearing a polo, so I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense who is who. And from bar to bar none, their selection of dining options are always in good taste. Might I recommend elite fish and chips at the Upper Deck
very, very
bar
good.
and kitchen. You can catch a game there, catch a watch party there as well. I believe Cardinals all away game watch parties will be at Gila River Resorts and Casinos Wild Horse Pass. Just make sure, this is important, you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details.
Look, there are 2 things in this world. There are needs and there are wants. And
That's
Mountain America Credit Union kind of falls in both categories. You need a checking account and you want Mountain America Credit Union. The question is why? Well, it's because their My Style checking account has perks just for you. Now, you guys can enjoy restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, identity protection, loan rate discounts, offers on travel and events, and more. A lot of ands in there. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Also, Mountain America Credit Union, looking out for your Arizona State Sun Devils, supporting hundreds of student athletes and the community, donating $250 to support university athletics for every field goal made, not to mention providing $20,000 in scholarships to local student athletes each year. Learn more at macu.com/ASU, insured by NCUA. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. Loans on approved credit.
Hit that like button.
Do that.
Subscribe button.
Do that.
Become a member.
Do that.
Become a diehard.
Yes, do all of the things.
Do all these things.
How do you join? How do you join?
I want to dance too.
You want to dance?
I want to dance with somebody.
Keep going.
No. I don't want to. I wasn't going to anyway, Shane.
Yeah, you can't tell him to stop like that, man.
I tell myself to stop. No,
Yeah,
I listen to myself.
You did like
feel the heat
there we
with
go.
somebody.
There we go. See, you can't let him talk to you like that, man. He told you to stop and you like first notice. You heard him open his.
I want to dance with somebody.
Wow, see, that's we would have missed that if he didn't
great.
stand up for himself. No, that
You're
was
such a
awesome.
hater. Oh,
Ralph's
yeah.
singing with you, man.
Yeah, I want to feel the heat with somebody.
Join the supporters club, okay?
do it.
And Rubens
And
will
I'll
stop singing.
I'll sing more.
No, whatever you want, whatever.
Yeah, I will listen to you. I won't listen to Shane. I'll listen to the winners. I don't listen to the losers. I listen to the winners.
Amazing emojis that only the the winners, the MVPs, are going to get
the Kenny
access
post
to.
Utah emoji in chat right now.
Spam. I hope to see all of those emojis in the chat for a post game
Saturday night.
Weekend.
Absolutely,
I'm here for it.
So, kind of before we move on from the close games thing, Big 12 just sent out their conference news and notes. Week 7 stuff. No, it's just interesting.
I don't really care.
So we talk about. Yeah, I don't know why you reacted like that. ASU obviously thrives in close games.
Yes.
Right, and the Big 12 leads the FBS this season in conference games decided by 3 or fewer points at 6. It kind of feels like the right conference for ASU, a team that can win close games to be in.
Yeah.
Also, just another note, Texas Tech and Utah are 2 teams that have top 10 both scoring offense and scoring defense. Texas Tech is 2nd and Utah is 4th in the country.
Scoring defense?
Yes. And offense in the country. So just
again,
notes, just
they
notes.
haven't really played anybody.
Just notes. I'm just passing them along. I'm not.
It's a
giving you
fair
take.
note. I think. Look.
Also, Utah is tied for 6th nationally in giving up the fewest sacks allowed. Cincinnati.
Yeah,
is
they've
actually,
only given up 3 sacks this year, which is not ideal.
Is tied as the #1 team in the country for sacks allowed. Did you know that?
As in, like, they've given up the fewest?
The fewest, yeah. It's Cincinnati first, tied. Utah tied for 6th. Kansas State also tied for 6th. BYU tied for 11th. Kansas tied for 16th. And Texas Tech tied for 19th. Those are all the teams in the top 30 nationally in fewest sacks allowed.
We keep throwing out and hearing this, Utah is great at this, Utah is great at that, and that's fine.
Sure. I'm just reading stats.
And I've got a stat for you.
Okay.
That it's going to be a guessing game, a little bit of a guessing game.
Oh, boy.
I love guessing games.
I want to guess the numbers with somebody.
See, that's awesome. I know you don't like it. I like it. I like it, man. That gets me excited. Thanks, man. So I've got the combined win and losses of each Big 12 team's opponents.
Okay.
Right? So the win percentage is what we're going to go off here. Who do you think in this conference the opponents combined have had the best win percentage? So pretty much which team in this conference has had the toughest schedule to this point?
I think ASU is in the top 3.
They are. They are second in the conference. Their opponents have a combined record of 19-9. The only team actually, there's actually 2 teams in this conference, ASU being one of them, where the combined opponents the opponents have a combined losses less than 10. The other one may be a little bit of a challenge to guess.
Is it Oklahoma State?
It's not. That would be funny, though.
Because they played Oregon.
Objectively, that would be funny. Yeah. No, it's Colorado. Colorado's opponents to this point in the year are 23-7.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, BYU. Who else did they lose to?
They just played TCU last week.
They beat the Fighting Blue Hens, TCU.
TCU last week. Okay, yeah, so 23-7 have been their opponents. ASU 19-9. Do you know what Utah's opponents have combined for record-wise?
So Tech is great. Obviously, Tech is undefeated. I would assume that Tech has accounted for over 70% of their opponent wins so far this season. They have 9 wins.
Their opponents?
Their opponents.
Their opponents have 13 wins to 14 losses.
Okay. That's better than I
Do you know the team below them? Mind you, that ranks 12th in this conference, if my math is good.
Is it BYU?
No, BYU is dead last. Their opponents are 9-19. So remember that. Remember that, BYU fans or anybody that comes across this, when you hear BYU fans banging on the door saying that our team deserves more love. The opponents you've played this season have a combined winning percentage of less than 33%.
Dude, don't disrespect Portland State like that.
I'm going to disrespect
Colorado's their best win of the season.
All of those fake universities that you've played.
2 games under 500.
The team below Utah is actually Texas Tech.
Interesting.
Texas Tech's opponents have combined for a record of 11-15 to this point. So ironically enough, Utah helping Texas Tech helping Utah on that front.
The only good teams, either of those teams, really. I mean, I guess that's kind of weird because Tech played Houston, who had 4 wins. So who Tech played really sucked.
Yeah, they're not like their opponents haven't been good. Ironically enough, and I'll just read you the top 5. CU obviously hasn't had a great year to this point. 23-7 is their opponent's combined record. ASU 19-9, second in terms of win percentage there. Mm-hmm. Then Kansas State 21-11.
Interesting.
Then Kansas at 20-12. Then West Virginia at 20-12. Bunch of teams that haven't been really good this year besides Arizona State.
Yeah, Arizona State's had a tough schedule.
And they've been good.
They've been very good.
Been very, very good. And I think the best thing about it is they can still get better. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about that yesterday, right? About how they still have a lot of room to grow. I also think it's interesting, like you look at how many close games ASU's opponents that ended up losing, going on Mississippi State.
Who they've lost to, right?
Tennessee
and Texas A&M.
And Texas A&M, right? Like those are tough games. They almost beat Tennessee at home, right? Went to overtime against the number 15 team in the country. Obviously, A&M, the final scores, I don't think is indicative is what that game was. They still got beat, though. Like, I feel like a lot of this has been setting up for Arizona State to kind of slowly get everybody on the same page as the season goes on, where people are like, oh, wow, they really have played good teams, right? Oh, well, damn, yeah, they lost Mississippi State, but that was kind of like the only blemish, and now they're just kind of taking care of business every week. If they go through these next, 2 weeks and they beat Utah and Tech, who knows what Houston and Iowa State will look like after that?
Yeah.
Right? You're going to be a top 10 team in the country if you, I think, go 2-0 over the next 2 weeks.
This has been You think ASU's a
I think
top
you
10
look at
team in the country if they go 2-0
I think you look at their record. I think Texas. Who does Texas Tech play this week?
Does Texas Tech even play this week?
God, if they have a bye, that would kind of blow.
I don't think Texas Tech. I could be totally wrong. I don't think they have. Oh, they play Kansas. They play Kansas.
So
yeah.
I mean, you got to assume
God,
home game against Kansas.
You need
top 10 team in the country.
Do we want them to win that game?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I think it's going to be a better game than people think too.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think Tech needs to win that game and for just the conference ish because you don't want.
But I'm so anti-rooting for the conference, man. Especially when it's on ASU schedule. When it's on ASU schedule, I don't.
I get it.
You want the ranked wins. I get it.
When you play Tech, you want them to be at their best. So when you beat them,
I get that.
You get the credit.
I get that.
If Kansas beats them, then you beat them. Then it's
okay,
like, oh, people are
Jerry
going to
Jones,
care.
Calm down. I
people
get
are
it.
Care.
I get it. I understand that, but I'm also somebody that's like, if you're not top 15 right now, then like I find it very difficult that you're gonna eventually get the respect regardless of wins to be a top 12 team and get like just fall into the CFP. I'm more so like you want to beat every team. You want to have the advantage at the end of the year to get to the Big 12 championship game. That way you're in a 1v1 for a bid, right? That's more so where I'm at versus let's go be one of the top 12 teams in the country.
Sure. I'm just saying, even if that's a goal or that's not a goal, I think if you go 2-0 over the next two games, your only losses to Mississippi State on the road in week 2 on a walk-off touchdown, you take care of business against everybody else, including a good Utah team and a top 10, hopefully at that point, still top 10 Texas Tech team. And you have the pedigree this season. You were ranked 11 in the country. You worked your way back up. I think ASU at least has a shot. Plus, we've seen how many top 10 teams lose every week?
It feels like at least one.
So I think that there's certainly an opportunity, even if that's not what the goal for this team should be.
You'd also love for Mississippi State, they don't play this week, but to go 4-0 over their next 4 games.
Who do they play?
They're at Florida, then they're home against Texas, then they're at Arkansas, then they're home against Georgia.
Yeah. So 4-0 would be nice, bro.
You'd love Mississippi State to go 4-0.
4-0 would be really nice.
Also, just throwing that out there, Mississippi State home against Georgia, home against Ole Miss, home against Texas, and they used their blackout game on ASU. Just throwing that out there. So plenty of opponents that they could have used that game on, and they chose the Sun Devils. But getting back to what Kyle Whittingham had to say about this team, I think, again, it's been impressive to us. It's been impressive to the community, I think, the ASU fan base, to see how Kenny Dillingham has resurrected this program in the way that he has. And Kyle Whittingham was asked on Monday what's impressed him about it and kind of what he really thinks has been the secret sauce to Dilly getting ASU right over the last couple of years.
How he stayed the course, and because he had some rough spots the first year, things didn't go real well. I think that was the year we beat him 50-something, not very much. His first year, and he also had a few other rough games that year. But I've talked to him a few times, and he's we've conversed, and he's picked my brain a little bit, and just said, hey, if you believe in what you're doing, keep doing it. Don't question yourself. Don't panic. Just keep doing it. He's been doing it, and you can see the progress they've made. So he's stayed the course, I guess, is the best way I can term what he's done.
Look, it's obviously something that this fan base has seen firsthand, and ironically enough, like every coach gives Dilly love and vice versa. This is the first time this season, Erik, where we're going to go into Friday's pregame show or pregame show. Yeah. Talking about the matchups of like who's
so this
what
is the
better.
Pregame
exactly.
Show. Okay.
We're like, okay, Arizona State's got the advantage at quarterback, and every game this season, ASU has had the advantage when it comes to coaching. This is the first game where I feel like this is even, where you've got just as good of a coaching staff on the other side in Utah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good coach. I don't really know what else to say. He's a good coach. I'm really excited for this game. Good teams should look forward to playing good games, right? Like, if Arizona State is who we think they are and who they are supposed to be, they will win this weekend. But it will be a good game.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to watch some good football. I'm excited.
I'm excited for it. Do I think it's going to be
I'm pumped, dude.
Do I think it's going to... What do you classify as a good game?
I mean, it's going to be gross. But like gross.
Why do you think gross? Do you think gross just because weather?
I mean gross because it's like two teams that just love to be gross.
They don't love to be gross. They love to play good football. They play old-fashioned football. You think old football is gross.
I mean,
that's
like complimentary.
Let's get to the heart of it.
Complimentary gross.
You are
I'm not ageist.
You're a Gen
I'm not
Z.
ageist.
You're a Gen Z football guy
I'm not ageist.
that says, let's spread it out and let's just throw it downfield.
I might like the air raid a little bit.
Yeah.
I
that's
might
what
be a
it
fan
is.
of the air raid. I might be a fan of passing the ball.
Offense entertains, defense wins championships. It's a tale as old as time.
Gross isn't always necessarily a negative thing. Gross is getting down in the dirt.
Yeah, is that what gross means?
Getting gross. We get gross on the show all the time.
Do we?
Yeah.
I don't think we get gross.
It's real gross.
Nobody watches this, and I could be wrong. And they're like, "Man, that was gross."
That's the number one thing that people
love
tell
that
me about the show.
podcast. It's so gross.
People go, man, love you on PHNX Sun Devils.
It's gross.
That's gross.
That's gross.
You're
show.
just so gross.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you. That means a lot.
Don't get me wrong. We've had gross moments, right?
Sure.
There have been gross times.
For sure.
One of those times being the post-game show that actually Ralph was on with me before you were here. Shane was living on a bus. ASU lost 55-3
to
Utah, and Ralph was actually on the post-game show. Ralph, every segment was on like a self-help website giving a new motivational quote about how to get through the day because it was that bad of a post.
If I remember correctly, that post-game
show
started early.
It started before the fourth quarter started, I think.
I was here. I just wasn't on ASU yet.
Yeah.
So I had just started, and I was like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, that was something. Ralph, always appreciate you for being on just a year of gross postgame shows.
Just grossness.
Through and through.
We've gotten plenty of grossness on ASU basketball.
That's
ASU
just gross.
side.
Yeah, that's just
gross.
That's disgusting.
By the way,
honestly. It's disgusting.
Listen, obviously we're very tapped into ASU stuff. Did you know that Moonlit Madness was happening last Friday night?
I did, yeah.
I didn't know until the day of, and I saw a video from ASU basketball.
Yeah. You didn't know that it was going on.
Of hockey was going on.
Yeah. Jordan Tyson made it to both.
Yeah, Jordan Tyson was hooping.
Yeah, he was hooping. Love to see him on the ice. Actually, keep that man away from the ice at all. Yeah, just stay on the football field. Be safe, okay? Jordan Tyson, be safe.
Ralph says gross means 144 total points, and then called that his best joke, and he's proud of himself, even if we aren't.
So, Kyle Whittingham, again, talking about your Arizona State Sun Devils. Sam Leavitt obviously has improved week over week. Statistically, just from watching at the eye test, if you disagree, I highly advise you to go watch that TCU game. I'd say his best game of the season by far. I think he's going to need potentially his best game again on the road. We know some of the issues that Arizona State has had over the last couple of seasons on the road. Didn't stop Kyle Whittingham from really tipping the cap and showing some respect to ASU's QB1.
He's so dangerous when he breaks the pocket. You know, if you look at the big plays he's made this year, most of them have been with his legs and breaking the pocket at critical times. You know, he picks up those third downs when seemingly there's nothing there, and he's got to pull it down and run. He's really dangerous when he does that. And like I said, the balance in their offense, that's part of the reason why they're good running the football. You got the best back, the top statistically back in the league, and him that makes for a potent ground attack, and he's done some good things in the throw game as well.
Does some good things in the throw game. I don't think I've ever heard it described as that.
As well.
Yeah,
also,
but focusing on his legs. Which I
had to cut that one short because Whittingham went on a rant for 20 seconds about QBR and then quarterback rating and the difference of it. He was definitely he was ready for the presser to be over.
Would you want to get a beer with Kyle Whittingham? Or did that scare you?
No, it didn't scare me. The guy that used to scare me the most about getting a beer with in this conference was Gundy, but that's specifically because of the crimes that I feel like that he would want to commit.
You wouldn't be safe.
We'd have to get we'd go to the bar separately. I feel like I could trust Whittingham. Whittingham's the type of guy, but he wouldn't drink beer. Whittingham strikes me as like we're gonna go to a bar and he's gonna order red wine, and we're just gonna talk about the old days of Utah football. You know?
Yeah.
Back in my day when I had Cam Rising at quarterback.
I feel like he's a whiskey guy.
You think? No, I feel like the whiskey guys in this conference are Scott Frost. I think Dion.
You think Dion's a whiskey guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
Dude, this is an episode.
This is peak July.
No, we should bottle this.
Bottle this? We can bottle it.
For now.
We can bottle it.
Kenny's a tequila guy.
Because
Kenny's a Jungle Juice guy.
Yeah, that's right.
No. Kenny's a 0 ABV guy.
Oh my goodness. Who's the milk guy?
Who drinks milk?
Kenny.
No,
Is it Kenny? It's
who's Kleiman?
Chris. Is it Chris Kleiman?
Kansas State.
Yeah, I was thinking
He's a milk guy.
Satake maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean,
He's probably the milk guy.
Where's he from?
Kalani?
Yeah.
Is it not Hawaii?
I didn't want to profile.
pretty sure he's from Montana.
Oh, well, maybe I just did that. So
I'm pretty sure he's from Montana.
Yeah,
he said.
I'm pretty sure he's from
Is he?
Montana. No, he's not from fucking Montana, dude.
Tonga. Where's that? What is Tonga?
Tonga?
That rips.
Hawaii.
Dude, it's a country.
Oh wow,
That-
really?
It's an island
rips.
country next to Fiji.
That rips.
Wow.
Are you kidding
Wow.
me? That's awesome.
Kalani Satake, next contestant on Love Island.
Sonny
Confirmed.
Dykes.
Sonny Dykes.
Guys, I just said let's bottle this.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
we
know,
can do it again.
It's a fun topic.
It is great.
Sonny Dykes. Last one.
Capri Suns.
No.
Capri Sonny Dykes.
He's a seltzer guy.
No.
He's a seltzer guy.
No.
No.
Or he's
Okay, last
He's
one.
not a seltzer guy.
What's the I'm blanking.
No, wait, we'll do it again in July and have completely different
I'm
answers.
blanking it. I'm
What?
blanking on
Beer?
no, not beer.
Like a cider?
No, sushi, sake bombs.
Sake bombs?
Sake bombs.
You think Sonny Dykes a sake
No, that's
bomb guy?
No, that's Satake.
That's
Sonny
Satake.
sake
bombs.
bomb.
Satake bombs goes crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's what the offense is called.
If he was a baseball player?
Satake bombs.
Yeah.
Tough. Hit
Dave
the
Aranda-
like button.
Dave Aranda's just cocaine.
Yeah. Dave Aranda just does drugs. Just does hard drugs.
Dave Aranda does drugs. That's really funny.
It's crazy. That is absolutely wild.
Oh, yeah. Dave Aranda, yeah, he does drugs.
Yeah, not just any drugs. We
Hard
told you what
drugs.
drugs he does apparently.
Hard
yeah.
drugs.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Anything else before we get out of here?
Oh, we got to talk about the logo.
Oh yeah, we do
gotta
have to talk about
We got
this.
to talk about what now has given ASU probably the best chance to win.
So if you haven't seen it yet, parental guidance here. This is shield your eyes. Texas Tech in 2026
Dude, this is so bad.
has gone to a modernized logo. And this is what it looks like. If you're listening on audio, come over to the YouTube and look at this because this is just gross. I feel it in my gut right now. I want to projectile vomit.
Dude, this is bad.
Looking at this. This is bad.
Okay.
They ruined
They
it. It's the
unbeveled
worst
the
logo.
T.
Okay. I'm fine with the unbeveling because that is very 2010. The color is where I'm grossed
A
out.
different red.
The
It looks like Houston.
the red, the red's not great. I will say I hated it when I woke up this morning, and I
You
don't.
texted me in all caps. Gross.
Yeah, I said ew. But I don't hate it as much as I do now. I just want them to use the freaking Raider more. Like that should be their primary. That is so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we have a guy on horseback with guns. Why would you not use that more?
I don't know. But probably because it's a guy on horseback
You have
with
TT.
guns. Yeah.
TT
I mean,
is
TT
your.
is objectively funny.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's not.
No, this
intimidating.
sucks. Like this is bad. Like, I'm sorry, this is bad. I don't care if the beveled T is 2010s. I don't care. It looked way better.
Also, putting the stroke on the finger gun is so horrible.
Yeah, like this really.
Now, why would they do that?
this is bad?
No, it's bad. Objectively.
Especially mid season.
Yeah.
You're a top 10 team in the country. You're
Ralph
doing
says the
this?
hand bothers him a lot. Shortbus also saying the fingers kind of look a little weird. How do we feel about the hand one specifically?
Sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. They all
It
suck.
sucks.
It's bad. It's bad all
It's
the way
really
through.
bad.
It's just out of 10.
And this gave me so
Out of
much more
10.
confidence in next week.
Out of 10.
This is a 2.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
That's
like
generous.
if ASU changed their logo to something like this,
Yeah.
I'd immediately call Graham Rossini because we need to have a full-on conversation about it.
By the way, if you're watching on TV, it'll be a quick one, but the party always continues over at gophnx.com. It's time for overtime.
Kind of sounded like Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs, watching. He bet on the game.
There you go.
He bet on the game.
You bet on the game.
And it's over.
Over!
Yeah.
SpongeBob, me boy,
That was good. That was actually a really good Mr. Krabs.
puts me money on the Texas Tech under.
Oh my god. Oh, it's bad. Yeah, I don't like the logo. It makes me sick. It's trash. The big question is, will this curse Texas Tech? Like clearly,
Dude, such a bad decision.
well,
To make in any middle of the
I get it.
season rebrand, do it in June.
they spent a ton of money on the football team, so clearly they don't have enough money
for
to
graphic design.
Yeah, for graphic design here. Or I guess just what are the things when you have focus groups?
Yeah.
They didn't have any money for that.
They should run everything by us.
They should. Everybody should.
Honestly, I feel like it would be for the best.
You know, Drew Petzing should have ran that last call by us.
Well, no, he had a problem with running because he shouldn't have done it. No,
why are you running? No,
you can follow the show.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode of the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast.
Rebevel the T.
Join the supporters club on your way out. And again, I hope we see everybody at Rally House next Friday. It is going to be an absolute banger show before what's going to be a kick-ass game on Saturday. If you enjoyed today's content, give the show a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow Mr. Krabs here at Erik Ruby. That's Erik with a K. You can follow the Deli Man at Shane Dief. As always, and of course, we will see you guys on Wednesday, same time, same place. In the meantime, go Devils. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.